Alright, hi, Art Cox back again here. Just got this new seeder here, and I've heard lots about them before, called EarthWay. It's a precision garden seeder, and I've just done my first swap here. It's about a 30-foot row, and I found that it's working really good because the part where the shoot takes it down into the ground, it allows you to actually see the seed dropping. So you can keep an eye on it and see if something's kind of messing up on you. But I have found just in this first row, you want to have plenty of seed in the hopper, because if you don't, it misses a pickup every now and then. And I don't think that's the problem with the seeder. I think it needs that abundance of seed there in order to pick it up. But another thing I thought was really pretty handy, it worked out really well, is this thing right here. It marks the next row for you. Now, I typically put my corn about 3 foot apart, but this here is allowing me to go up to about 27, 28 inches. For a small patch, you know, that might be all right. I tend to like it a little bit farther apart than that, but I can work on stuff like that. It looks really neat. I'm not sure I'd want to plant 20 acres of corn with it, but for small projects, bigger than what you want to do getting on your hands and knees, seems to be really good. So anyway, all right, so I just got done putting in my first 4 rows of sweet corn with this EarthWay Precision Garden Seeder. And you know what, I'm really impressed with this. It worked really, really well. I just want to show you just real quick how this little guy works. You have this front wheel that's hooked to this belt, and it powers the seeder part of it. So when this spins, it turns the seeder part. And so what it happens is you put the seed down in this hopper, and then depending on what plate you have in there, it picks up the seed, sends it down this chute here, and drops it in behind this row cutter. So this blade in the front acts like a little plow, and actually you can adjust this for your depth. So you just unloosen the wing nut and you can slide it down. And it's even got a gauge on the front here of telling you how deep you're going, 1/4 inch, half, 3/4, or 1 inch. And I was planting my corn 1 inch deep, so I set it there and I retightened my wing nut. And then that determined how deep the seed was going to go. Then when it drops down this chute, it comes in behind here, falls down this channel and sits in the bottom of the trench. And then this chain drags behind it and pulls that dirt back in that this pushed aside. And then the back wheel follows up with kind of giving it a light pressing down so that it kind of firmly sets the seed. And so another neat aspect of this, worked better than I thought it was going to be, was the row measurement. Now, again, it's adjustable, and you just let it sit there on the ground, and when you're doing it, it cuts and marks the next row for you. Now it just scratches, it doesn't dig real deep. That's not its purpose. And then when you get to your next one, you just swing your arm up, it clicks into this little holder here, real neat gadget. And so when you're done, I want to show you this kind of a neat thing too. When you put it away, let me set my thing back up. So when you're done, it makes a nice little stand. You just set it in your garage or wherever you've got it. And folks, I'm pretty impressed with it, just what little bit I've been able to use it. I'm looking forward to doing some different things with it and so forth. So much easier than getting down on your hands and knees, bending over and poking it in there and then covering it up. So I did 4 rows, 4 30-foot rows in probably about 5 minutes. This is about $120, and I know, when people hear those kinds of numbers, initially they think, for that, Well, there's a lot of working machinery here that is pretty good. But you know, when people hear those kind of numbers, they used to turn me off immediately too. I've heard about this for years and years, looked at them and so forth. But you know, it's an investment. It's $120 this year. If I use this same thing again next year, I look at it as now it's $60. The following year, it's $30. You know, I mean, it's just going to keep going because I think you'll be able to get years and years of service out of something like this. So again, you have to look at the whole thing. Is it worth, as you get older, as you can see I'm getting a little bit older, is it worth keeping bending over, or do you shell out the money and you have it for years? So just something to think about. As you know, I planted 4 rows of corn with the plate that's in here, but the machine comes with extra plates. And it's kind of a neat thing because it actually tells you on the plate what they're good for. This one here is for peas. It says it's for early June peas. And you can probably plant other things with it, but each of these plates covers something else. This one here says it's for carrots, beets, okra, chard. So it kind of gives you some ideas. It doesn't list every little thing you can plant with them, but it certainly gives you some ideas of what category each of these plates will fall into. Also, they make different other optional plates too that you can order. And my wife said that they make a blank plate that you can custom make for planting something that maybe they don't cover in their things. And also another neat option, I haven't seen it yet, but there is a fertilizer attachment that can go along with this thing too, so that it's giving the seed fertilizer as you're planting it and so forth. It makes it kind of a universal seeder. It's not just for corn or beans, but you can plant a variety of garden things with it. So universally, it's very garden friendly as far as the different things you can plant with it. So lots of different options. It's something you should really check into. It's called the EarthWay Precision Garden Seeder. And folks, I really want to give my personal endorsement for the little use that I've done with it. And so it was just really, really good. My back doesn't hurt. So anyway, till next time.